to our new campus commons. It's a new home for our student affairs, including student government, student activities board. It's a signature space for our expanding campus, including dining services, coffee shop, campus store. A lot of space for students to gather, including our Student Government Association, clubs, organizations. It's also home to our career services and student debt project, as well as our one-stop shop enrollment services and a welcome center for student recruiting by day and student events at night. There are outdoor balcony spaces overlooking campus and a 3-story atrium with classic cars hanging from the ceiling, paying homage to our love of the automobile. So let me start by introducing my friends here beside me, Kenya McCain and E.J. Lander, President and Chief of Staff of our 2025-2026 Student Government Association. We're also joined by our Board of Trustees. Thanks for all of you. Thanks for having the vision and the love for McPherson College. We wouldn't be here without you all. So a couple of exciting things are planned today. I like to describe it as one event trying to accomplish 2 things. So stick with me here. First, we're going to have this beautiful ribbon cutting. I'm going to say some thank yous. Then I'm going to invite you all to come inside. And most of you will be coming up to the 2nd floor, some of you to the 3rd floor for a special unveiling. So before we actually cut the ribbon and move into new space, I want to take a moment to acknowledge and thank the people that helped bring this dream to life. From the design to the logistics to the finishing touches, this project was shaped by the incredible work of our partners. First, this project would not be possible without our donors who invested millions of dollars into this project. So I want to start, I think he's behind me somewhere, with Richard and Melanie Lundquist. They made a very public $50 million commitment 2 years ago, which has been instrumental, not just in this facility, but all the other things you see across our campus, including campus-wide remodeling and expansion. So thank you, Melanie and Richard. Recognizing Elmer O. Dalkey Charitable Foundation, who's been a loyal, longtime supporter of our career services initiatives. They funded our new Career and Experiential Learning Center on the 3rd floor. Also, special thanks to the St. Stephen's of Kansas Charitable Trust, who made a lead gift to support our students in the new Commons. There's a bunch of them here, but I see you out there, People's Bank and Trust. They've been supporters since the very beginning, since our founding in the 1800s. People's Bank stepped up to support our new Welcome Center on the 3rd floor that will host prospective students and special events. Thanks to all of our friends at People's Bank. Next, we have the Julia J. Mingenbach Foundation, who has literally participated in every single fundraising campaign in the history of McPherson College. Thanks to the Board of Trustees of the Mingenbach Foundation. Thanks to Sodexo Food Service, our dining partner, who made a significant long-term commitment to McPherson College. He's around getting things ready. I don't know where he's at, but if you see Benny today, give him a big hug. His team at Sodexo have been amazing. And finally, friends of Jack Melhorn, former McPherson College president, made a really nice gift to fund our boardroom and meeting space adjacent to our Welcome Center on the 3rd floor. Please, let's recognize all of them. Next, let me recognize some local public officials who've been supportive, and he's standing right there, and he shows up to everything we do. He's got his tie on, Mayor Brown. This building, and the vision for this building is a little bit different. You can imagine walking into the code office and telling them you're going to hang a Ferrari. Things have to be done a little bit different, and the city, Board of Public Utilities, McPherson Industrial Development Company, thank you. Thanks, Mayor. And now let me share some comments of the people who actually designed, engineered, and built this signature building. So first, thanks to Reach Solutions and Hop. There's Brian. Hop Sound, Shannon, for your work to ensure we have a modern, connected facility. Next, Beck. Where am I, Beck? there's my Beck folks. Beck Design, our architect, took on the challenge of designing something that would literally wow visitors. If you haven't noticed, the primary goal of this building was to give our alums, our faculty, staff, and students something, a space that they could be proud of. And I'd say Don and Paula, we're really thankful for your friendship and for the idea that you could get on board with the vision that we had for this building, which will be the blueprint to future campus projects. And also thanks to Billy and Carla for your leadership on the project. Thank you. So we're going to honor and spend a little bit more time talking about these folks here in just a few minutes, but I want to say a few things about Dondlinger Construction. They're sponsoring today's car unveiling, but I just want to say to Troy and Tom that your team has been a true joy to work with during this project. Thanks to everyone at Dondlinger Construction, and thanks for showing up today and being part of this special event. Thank you, guys. So, finally to our staff. Carol Somerville, our CFO, thank you for the financing work with our special friends and faithful lending partner, Equity Bank. Carol, thank you. She works behind the scenes on these things, but everything she does on this project is really important. She stepped up in a big way. Brian Lindbergh, he's behind the camera over there. Brian is our marketing director. It's an unusual relationship, but Brian protects the aesthetic that we have on this campus. He has a great sense of style and taste, and if you like what this thing looks like from the inside, he worked tirelessly with Beck and Dondlinger to make sure this building looked amazing. Thank you, Brian. So when you talk about facilities, and you can see, I don't know if Marty Sigling has enough time to start another construction project in August, but if he can squeeze it in, he will. So to our facilities team, you're out there. I want just a personal thank you. Moving is not easy, and we have moved a lot of people. And there have been all kinds of projects and all kinds of requests. And it's not like we added a bunch of new staff. You stepped up in a huge way the last couple of years. Just exceptional support on this project. And most, when we think about moving, I think we all dreaded it. But I think they found a way for it to be fun for us. And so I appreciate all of you and all your work. It's truly been remarkable. And so finally, let me just tell you this, that our executive director of facilities and the project manager of this campus common, Marty Sigling, has been nothing short of heroic the last 3 years, period. In addition to this 55,000 square foot campus common gym, Marty has led the remodeling of nearly half the campus over the last 3 years. So you can walk 200 yards and you're going to find another project over there. And they just started on the new bleachers and stands in Holman Fieldhouse. 15% additional square footage, including remodeling of every single residential space. I mentioned Holman Fieldhouse, remodeling, expansion, new Moeller Hall classrooms and labs this summer. Mellon Hall is getting an entirely new health science lab and upgrades in the natural science labs. And then, of course, the boiler house. Marty, today we see your work, and we're all here to appreciate your commitment to McPherson College. Thank you. So we built the campus common with students, both current and future, in mind, and to speak to what this space will mean for them, I'd like to invite Kenya, our student government president, to share a few words.
Thank you, President Snyder. I am honored here today, along with my partner in crime, Vice President E.J. Landry, and other SGA members in the crowd, as we come together to be part of this historic moment for our campus. I am excited to have a space where students can come together as a unit to access important campus resources, collaborate on projects, and create a sense of community. But not just any community, but a Bulldog community. The campus commons is more than just a building. It symbolizes Bulldog pride and a bright future for McPherson College and its students. With that being said, I am excited for this new chapter to our book and can't wait for the many more chapters to come this year. With that being said, thank you.
Thanks, Kenya. EJ, let's open this place up. All right, everybody kind of move in here. You guys are doing the honors.
Oh.
Yeah.
You ready?
You ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the new Campus Common. Join me inside.
So with us today, we've got Tom Bauman, the president, Toya Gable, the project executive. We also have Jared Woody, the project manager, Zach, dual assistant project manager, and Richard Scoble, who knows this building better than anybody else, our superintendent. Thank you guys. They brought about 20 or 30 people with them here today. We're so gracious for the project leadership that they showed over these last few months. They served as our primary contractor and partner throughout this journey. They are also the masterminds behind William Suzuki suspended from the ceiling. Gauntler played a crucial role in bringing our vision for the campus common to life, and we are sincerely grateful for your dedication, craftsmanship, and for sponsoring today's celebration. Thank you for your patience and grace. Grace, lots of it. As we worked the past couple years to build this campus commons, and thanks for your commitment to support McPherson College long after the last tile is set, the last bar is hung. We're so fortunate to have you as our friends and look forward to promoting our work in the months ahead. So now I want to introduce a familiar face. Direct your attention to the corner of the second floor down here. You all know Jonathan Klamer, friend and board trustee. He's going to share a little bit about this unveiling and why it's so central to our campus. Jonathan.
Thanks, Michael. I'm honored to be a part of today's celebration and especially excited to help mark the opening of this beautiful campus commons. This is a big moment for McPherson College. As a 2004 graduate of the Audubon Restoration Program and someone who now serves on the Board of Trustees, this moment hits close to home. This is not just a new building, this is a bold step forward for McPherson College. McPherson's story has always been one of evolution with purpose. In the earliest days, the college was rooted in its Church of the Brethren tradition, created as a technical school to train teachers and preachers. Over time, we evolved into a liberal arts institution while still holding tight to our roots of creating leaders grounded in values, service, and innovation. That spirit of innovation has helped shape every corner of campus. Our science program, for example, has been consistently remarkable for more than a century. From Harvey Ninniger's groundbreaking work on meteorites in the 1920s to Dr. J. Willard Hershey's internationally recognized research in synthetic diamonds, and to the generations of students mentored by professors like John Burkholder, Guilford Eikenberry, Wesley DeCourcy, and many others, the college has a long track record of developing scientists, physicians, and educators who have made real-world impact. Today, with all of us here, we're building on that foundation. Our students are landing internships at places like Pfizer and Mercedes-Benz, and nearly 2/3 of our graduates have jobs or grad school lined up before they even cross the stage. And through innovative programs like the Student Debt Project, we're changing the equation on affordability. Since its inception, the Student Debt Project has helped cut average debt at graduation by nearly half. This year, 1 in 4 students in the program graduated with zero debt, and almost half finished with less than $15,000. So when we talk about what McPherson College values, that is hands-on learning, excellence, a deep connection between people and purpose, The automobile fits right into that story. Because at McPherson College, the automobile isn't just a machine. It's a symbol. It is a lens through which we explore design, history, engineering, storytelling, and community. And what better way to celebrate that than to give it a home in our newest building?
He's absolutely right. The car is, especially the classic car, and the culture that surrounds it is part of our DNA. It has introduced many car lovers to McPherson College, and so we've got one of them here today. I want to introduce Richard Lundquist. Richard, come on up here. Richard and his wife Melanie have been longtime generous supporters of the Auto Restoration Program and McPherson College. Both have become personal friends, and Richard serves on our board of trustees. And in 2022, after years of arm twisting, Richard made a once-in-a-lifetime gift, donating his prized, special, favorite automobile to McPherson College. And in doing so, turned my decade-long promise of someday securing a Ferrari on campus for our students into a reality. So I invited Richard up, and I would love for you to share a bit more about what inspired you to choose McPherson College as the new home for your car.
Thank you, Michael. Well, this is a very exciting day for everyone associated with McPherson College. The opening of long-awaited campus commons. I couldn't be more pleased to see my former Ferrari 365 GTP, also known as Daytona, as a centerpiece in the new building. McPherson College and I have owned this Ferrari Daytona for a total of over 50 years. Due to back issues, my driving days in the car ended many years back, and the car just sat in the garage. Although I enjoy viewing it each day when coming or going from the home, my wife, Melanie, wondered, why don't I just sell the car? I told her I couldn't part with the car, that it had been a prized possession for most of my adult life. Eventually, she came up with a brilliant idea, and I warmed up to it over time. Donate the Ferrari to McPherson College for a restoration project for the automotive students. I finally decided that made a lot of sense. With the car at McPherson College, I could come and visit it like today. And even though I was giving it away, it was still in the same time. And so here we are on this fabulous day. And I'm honored that my Daytona will be the initial car hanging from the ceiling of the campus commons. But someday it'll be replaced by another vehicle, possibly the students' first, but not last, Pebble Beach Encore winner, the magnificently restored 1953 Mercedes-Benz 300 SC Cabriolet. I also look forward to the day when my car is restored to comfort condition by the automotive restoration students. And thank you all so much for making this a special day for me.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah, this is what we all came for. I think everybody's ready. You want to see the car? All right, here we go.
I'll say from this angle, it looks like it's already been restored. They did a beautiful job preparing it to be hung here. Thank you.
You know, there's one word when you walk into this building, and this just kind of is over the top, and that's wow. You all, I know how much you love McPherson College. You deserve students, our faculty, and our staff. This is truly, no other college in the United States can say they have a Ferrari hanging from the ceiling. So to help us mark this extraordinary occasion, we're deeply honored to welcome very special guest, the honorary Vice Consul of Italy, Gino Serra. Gino.
Buongiorno a tutti, sono il viceconsul onorario d'Italia a Kansas City, coprendo lo stato del Kansas e la parte ovest del Missouri. Good morning to everyone. I'm the honorary vice consul of Italy in Kansas City, and I cover the state of Kansas and the western part of Missouri. Thank you to Michael for extending an invitation for me and my father to join you all here today. I'm representing the Consul General of Italy in Chicago, who is not available to come today. As I mentioned, I'm joined by my father, Robin Serra. I've been the Vice Consul of Italy in Kansas City for 15 years. He was the Vice Consul of Italy for 40 years before me. He retired in 2010. On behalf of the Italian government, congratulations on this amazing and one-of-a-kind display of this 1972 Ferrari 365 GTB4 Daytona. Congratulations also on the college's accomplishments on many other fronts, including its worldwide acclaim as the Harbor of Automobile Restoration and its successful fundraising program, and arm twisting. The Ferrari Daytona is a storied piece of Italian automotive history. It represents a special connection between Italy and the college. It unifies two cultures that share a passion for art and science. And there's no better example of how art and science come together than the automobile. Generations have grown up with marquees such as Fiat, Lancia, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Lamborghini, and of course, the Cavallino Rampante, the little prancing horse, Ferrari. The presence of some of these marquees come and go in the U.S. market, but the mark they leave on car enthusiasts is indelible. Both cultures also recognize the importance of maintaining a skilled workforce so that future generations can enjoy these vehicles, both vintage and modern. There are challenges for sure with both. Vintage has the issue of unobtainium parts, problems, as well as the well-known propensity of mid-century steel to rust in iron sections here in Kansas. Modern vehicles, on the other hand, are rolling computers and are becoming increasingly difficult to maintain. Fortunately, institutions such as McPherson College are producing the workforce ready to tackle those challenges. This connection joins the many other ways the state of Kansas and Italy are connected. They include the following: a number of Italian communities in Kansas. The most prominent one is where my father was born and raised in southeast Kansas. While there is a large concentration in Kansas City, it's mostly on the Missouri side. So the story in southeast Kansas for the Italians very briefly is they came in for jobs in the coal mining industry, primarily in Crawford and Cherokee counties. There was both underground and surface mining. My grandfather was a coal miner. There were many coal camps that were created to accommodate this large influx from Italy and other countries in Europe as well. My father was actually born in one of those coal camps with parents from Italy and Slovenia. His birth certificate actually states that he was born in coal camp 13 outside of Yale. He later grew up in Frontenac outside of Pittsburgh before moving to Kansas City in the 1960s. At his height, southeast Kansas was responsible for 1/3 of the nation's coal production. Another connection, which you all know well, is Jay Leno, who you may or may not know is Italian. His father and his family were from the Campania region of Italy. Another prominent example are those large wind farms you see in the middle of western Kansas. A majority of those are operated by Enel Green Enel is the historic electric company in Italy, and it's headquartered in Rome. Finally, at a personal level, I'm fascinated by the college and the automobile restoration program. I've had a lifelong passion for cars instilled by my father, who once told me that he had listed out all the cars he had owned in his lifetime, and they exceeded 100. I believe that's how it worked. And if he had a garage space, he would own a large portion of it. While in the 1960s and 70s people were buying muscle cars, he was buying quirky German and Italian cars. A Ferrari model has a ludicrous little car, but he's not giving up yet. He taught me how to maintain cars, although it's been years since I've changed my own oil. And when I do attempt to fix, I have to rely on the rest of us on YouTube videos. I did a 4-year degree from McPherson College, believe me well. Who knows, in retirement, I may find time to move down here, at least for the summer programs, it'll be interesting. Anyway, thank you for inviting me, and congratulations to the college, congratulations to Luther, and everything that you all have accomplished.
It's an honor to have you here with us today. We got admissions right around the corner. You all have campus tour today. You're welcome. I hope you all get a real sense of how important the automobile is to McPherson College and how proud we are to share the special Italian treasure with everyone who visits campus. So Jonathan, what do you think so far?
Well, Michael, I think it's hard to not be inspired. Standing here today, we're surrounded by students, alumni, and all of our amazing friends of the college community. And building on what we talked about with this car, this was one of the last hand-built models. It was bold, purposeful, a commitment to quality, and that to me describes the entire McPherson College experience. Bold, purposeful. That's not only the restoration program, but everything that's offered here at the college. So ladies and gentlemen, as we are gearing up to welcome our students back here this fall, I do want to give you a preview that 2026 is going to be a special year. We will be celebrating 50 years of the Automotive Restoration Program, which is the only program of its kind anywhere in the world. It has also earned major awards and put the college on the global stage in recent years, as we're all very well aware of. So we talk a lot about car culture. It applies to hands-on learning. It can mean long drives through the beautiful Kansas back roads. But more importantly, it's about creating community. And that's what our DNA is really about. So placing community front and center in a space like this is a powerful signal about who we are and where we are headed. So on that note, I've got someone here who represents that future, EJ Landrum. We saw earlier, he's one of our incredible students. So EJ, what do you think?
So I think this car is pretty bold and priceless, like Jonathan said. I think that other campus don't have anything like this, and I can't wait for our students to see it in the fall.
Thanks, EJ. I can't wait for you all to get these students back. In a couple of weeks, we'll be celebrating with all of you. This beautiful building is more than just a space. It allows McPherson College to put its best foot forward for our students, future students, and for the world to see that we are truly a special place. So stay tuned. This is your advertisement for future events in this historic building. So in August, we'll welcome students back to campus and recognize our generous donors who made this project possible, as well as our architect, Beck Design, at our opening convocation at noon on August 29th. And in September, we'll open the doors to our alumni and broader community to officially celebrate the campus commons grand opening and all that represents McPherson College during our homecoming weekend, September 26th and 27th. This will be your official first opportunity for a tour. So for now, please take your time looking around after we conclude. If you're looking for a place to lunch, we've got the Boiler House right across campus. I just have one last thought for all. This building is spectacular. And it's just the beginning of what's coming to my first college. However, it takes people with a bold vision. People who are willing to support that bold vision, and people who have the unique persistence to do the work required to pull it all off. And today, I am surrounded by all of these people. All of you made it happen, and so thank you. Thank you, thank you. And because of you, it is a great day to be a Bullhawk.